Hey, BassGeek here. It is cold. Everything's slowed down. Nothing is chasing. So what do you do to catch bass late January, early February? You find those sweet spots and you shake it. That's right, geeks. Wintertime shaky heads. Man, they just get bit. And do I have a special little shaky head that I want to show you today. This little shaky head is going to get you bit when nothing else will. You're going to hit your high percentage spots, your points, your rocky banks, your bluffs, your channel swings. But this little shaky head is super soft, super durable, and stands straight up. It's going to get you more bites this time of year. Let me show you what it is. So Nico sent me a little package. Now these things aren't even out yet when I recorded this video. I don't even know what the colors are. Pretty much the standard colors that they have on their website. Now you've seen me fish this worm in the free rig, but let me tell you, it is incredible when it comes to the shaky head, especially during the winter time. So they sent me some prototypes. What they've done is they've made them solid, but they've also made them softer. Now how you do that, I don't know, but that's what Nico does. So I don't have the colors for these, but you can go to the website. I'm going to show you the one that I like to fish during the winter time. I don't know what it is about this color, even in the clearest of water. For some reason, this color just seems to get bites for me. So let's go ahead and let's run through some of these and some of the changes that Nico has made. So they've made these solid all the way through, and I love that paddle tail at the end. This is a great little color. It's almost a grayish green. It's got some blue and silver flake in it. That is an incredible little color right there. Now what I love about Nico is they're still extremely durable. As you can see, love this color. It's kind of a light brown orange to a dark brown swirl color. Really great looking little color. Another great color here. This is kind of like a green pumpkin blue. I love this color most of the year. You've always got to have your standard black and blue. This color, it just reminds me of Christmas, to be honest with you. It's I'm going to call it a watermelon seed, and it's got all kinds of green and red flake in it. Now, when we talk about my favorite color, I don't understand why this is, but this color during the wintertime in the clearest of water, and it works great in dirty water too, is kind of the June bug color. This color is money during the winter, and I don't understand why. So I'm going to show you how to rig these things. There's something that I do that maybe a lot of people don't do. I just don't like when it comes to the stretchy style, whether you call it Elastec, I don't know if that's what this is called, style of plastic, that I don't like the screw locks. They're just incredibly hard to get up there. But if that's all you got, I'm going to show you a little trick that it'll still work when it comes to these style baits. Now what I like about these worms, now the changes that they've made is they've made them solid. They were a little hollow here, but they float anyway. And a lot of the reason why is because you could put a little bit of scent in that hole. You could actually, right in here, you could actually even get a few bubbles coming out, which I did like, but they'd gotten some feedback that they didn't like. Now you'll notice this screw lock, and a lot of times, what you're going to do is you're just going to screw this up on here, but I will tell you, this is pretty tough. Now, if you have these and these are all you have, you can actually clip this off, but a lot of times, all I'm going to do, to be honest with you, is I'm just going to run it right in the dead center. The great thing about this plastic is it's so super durable. Just going to shove it up here. And then I'm going to see where it's going to come out. So we're going to come right through that fat sweet spot. And there we have it. Still good and straight. Now the one thing I am going to do to keep it from sliding is I'm going to add just a touch of glue right there. Like I always say, the great thing about Avid Angler glue is that it does not ruin your Elastec style baits. It's actually really good for them. And again, guys, I'll stress this to you. I have had this bottle in my boat for probably a year now, and it's still working. All right, now all that's left to do is to tie it on. So basically, you guys know what I'm going to use. It's the good old pit seam knot. Bring it up there. Try and keep this out of the way. And you just wrap it around, run it through that top loop, cinch it down. You want to go ahead and wet it from there to there because that knot is going to slide down. And then, of course, you've got the Avid Angler Solutions scissors. And I clip the tag in. Let's go fishing. Let's talk about rod, reel, and line for wintertime shaky heads with the Nico worm. Listen, I love my TFO option bass. These things are incredible. I love the color. I love the design. Look at that thing. This is a 7-foot medium fast action, 1/4 to 3/4 ounces, and we have got a 3/8 ounce head on here right now. During the wintertime now, my go-to size when it comes to a head is generally a 1/8 when I'm fishing a shaky head. But during the wintertime, guys, you gotta go bigger. I will go up, unless I'm ledge fishing, which, yeah, I'll throw a 3/4 ounce. But a lot of times, I'm throwing a 3/8 and a half ounce in the wintertime and just letting it drag on bottom. This is, of course, the Lose Speed Spool, a good economic reel. It's got great drag for the price. I think they come in at like either 49 or 59 bucks. And of course, you see it. I've got the pink Canine as my main, and that's in 20-pound test. That is braid. And then I've got the Pro 100% fluorocarbon in 8-pound test as my leader. Let's go, and we'll talk about how to fish this during the wintertime. Listen, geeks, there are a few places that I like to fish this during the wintertime, and it's all high percentage places. You know, I'm going to want to fish it around channel swings. I love to fish this around broken rock style banks, so where there's a rock and mud mix. That's really where your crawls tend to be this time of year. Bluff walls, it is incredible around bluff walls. If you haven't fished a bluff wall with a shaky head, you are truly missing out. The other is points. Points are a big player this time of year, especially points that have a side that drops off really steep or near a creek or river bed. Now, let me go show you how I'm going to throw this and how I fish this. So when I'm fishing a shaky head this time of year, I'm going to be looking for something that's different. So like a rock transition type area where it goes from chunk rock to, you know, giant slabs of rock, or something like this where it's going to be a lot of wood to a point and a lot of stumps. So you've got a good mix of cover. This would be a great little place to throw it. Now, when I'm fishing this type of area, pretty much what I'm going to do, and even with a shaky head, I'm still going to throw out to this wood. But I'm going to cast at about a 45-degree angle, and, you know, I'm just going to drag it. There ain't going to be a lot of hops involved this time of year. And when I shake my rod tip, I'm going to shake just the slack. I don't want to pull it tight. I want there to be a slight bow, and I want to barely shake the slack in that line, and then I'm going to let it set for a few seconds, and I'm going to drag it again. Now this is where I'm really going to throw, you know, I've got a rock transition from chunk rock to bluff wall, and when I'm fishing this, I'm going to stay a little bit, a 45, not quite a 45, I'm going to get in a little tight, and I'm going to really bring it and let it drop down the lip of this. And pretty much from here, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm not even going to shake it a whole lot. I'm just going to drag it and let it fall off each ledge as it goes down and gets back to the boat. Last but not least, I'm going to work a point. And there's specific spots on a point that I'm going to really key in on. And they're what I call inside turns. Now you can see this point back here, it kind of bulges out, but on the back side, it'll kind of cup in. Those steeper sections of that point are where I want to really pay attention to in late and really the heart of winter. We'll fish it the same exact way we fished a rocky bank, is we'll just drag it, shake it, drag it some more. Every once in a while, throw a hop in, a light hop, just to see if you can get a reaction bite. All right, let's talk about setting the hook and fighting the fish. You know, wintertime, you're not going to get, most of the time, always exceptions to the rule, you're not going to get bass that are going to just fight you for everything they're worth. Even the big fish, especially the big fish, a lot of times are going to be pretty lax. So when you're fighting them, what you want to do is, this is a single hook bait. You want to set straight up, and as always, sweep your rod to the bottom real. Get that rod tip down. Keep those bass from jumping and throwing the hook. All right, geeks, man, make sure you go check out Nico. They make some killer stuff, and I know a lot of you guys, every time I talk about Nico, you say, oh man, they're so expensive. Well, okay, you can spend the money in the short term by getting your worms tore all to pieces, or you can go catch about 1,000 fish on these. It's whichever one you want to do. I mean, you're paying for durability and softness, or you're just paying for a worm. That's my opinion. But anyway, make sure you go check them out, especially these new worms. They're super soft yet crazy durable. Again, I don't know how they do it, but a shaky head in the wintertime using this worm, because it does float and stand straight up, you can just sit there and entice those fish for as long as you want to, and it will drive them nuts until they bite. So you're having a tough time, whip out a shaky head, remember what I said about June bug, and go catch some bass. All right, as always, questions, comments in the comment section below. You geeks know that I love talking about fishing with you. Like it if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you ring that bell. 100% Watch Squad. Love you geeks, man. All you got to be to join the 100% Watch Squad is watch 100% of the videos 100% of the time. You geeks rock.